Mandy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today with a super exciting project that we designed on Morning Coffee. It is using the, well, I have a little photo here, a little sketch of a sketch. This is using our Mermaid Tiger's Eye beads, and the Lion King check glass, the Ergonomic raw crystal, right? So we designed this on Morning Coffee. If you want to see that, I can link it in the cards. It's we've been doing a lot of designing on our Morning Coffee where we're live every morning at 9. So if you're not involved with those videos, please come join us. Everyone is welcome to come to Morning Coffee. Sometimes we do designing, sometimes we do bargain bead box live videos, sometimes, you know, just chit chat about crafting and such. Anywho, that starts Monday through Friday. It's at 9 a.m. Central Time. So if you want to come on in, give us a comment, let me know what's going on with you. Other than that, we are going to make this necklace. I'm super excited about it. There's a lot of steps. Excuse me. In this video, we are going to be doing some stringing. We are going to make a bail out of stainless steel wire to hang our Ergonomic crystal cluster pendant. We are going to do some riveting with leather. And I think that is about all. So let's get down to the mat. We got lots to do. I'm excited. Let's get this party started. All right, here we are on the mat. Let's start talking about this design. So first things first, this is how, if you haven't seen this before, this is my design book. Once we make a design, I put a little piece of tape on there to indicate October 10th, 2008, which is actually a bookbinding date, but that's beside the point. I then cut out another piece of tape that matches to put on my box, and then I put these in my already designed stuff that's waiting to be videoed or made. So that works out pretty good if you're looking for maybe something like that. This is our design. Ooh, yeah, here's my tapes that I use. Get in there, tape. This is our design that we made. So the idea here is we are going to use the Tiger's Eye beads. We're going to use an old Faithful Clasp, our Lion King check glass, and then right here we're going to attempt to make a bail for our cluster with leather and riveting. So that's the idea. So I'm just going to move this to the side. Now let's talk about some of the things we're going to need for this video. So normally when I put these away, I try to put in all the things that I think that we're going to need for the video. Of course, you never know what all you might need till you actually get into it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So here in this box, I have the Mermaid Treasure dyed Tiger's Eye strands. We sold these on Thunderhorse Descendant in a couple weeks ago in the Monday morning live bead sale that we do every Monday. So these were in there. I do not believe we have any more of those on our website. They all sold out. And then also we're going to be using this check glass strand. And I said this little sun reminded me of the Lion King when he draws it on the tree. Anyway, so we're going to be using these. The Ergonomic Star Crystal Pendant. We do still have some of these available in the shop. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them left. Some are bigger, some are smaller. The bigger ones have higher price point. But these are a raw crystal. They grow like this in the ground. Yeah, so super good. I'm going to use that. This is the little strap of leather that I think that I will be using to create the bail for this. It's a flat leather. Let me just take a look-see here at so it's about 3/8, a little under half an inch wide, and we're going to be using that. To attach that, I have chosen these gunmetal colored snap rivets. I'm hoping that they're going to be long enough for this project. I have my 20 gauge stainless steel. So I've chosen stainless steel. We're going to attempt to make a bail for this. So I wanted something really sturdy. So I've got this 20 gauge stainless steel wire. Got my rivet setter. And then I have to go turn off the heater. But I have some findings here for us. And this is my old Faithful Clasp, which is just a ball and socket clasp. I use those a lot on all of my heavier beading projects because they're, number one, are my favorite, and they're very strong. So that's why I call them my old Faithful Clasps. You can find some of those on Thunderhorse Descendant, along with these earring wires that are all matching in the same color with some crimp beads. So that's what's in my little box of tricks. I'm going to go turn the heater off. I'll be right back. Okay, I got the heater turned off. In the process, while I was waiting for it to shut off completely so you can hear me, I got some of our items ready. So I just took all of the tiger's eye off the strand, took these off the strand, got ready my beading string. So this is Soft Flex heavy duty wire, and I have 22 inches of it. So I plan on making about a 19 or 20 inch necklace, all things considered, and I'm going to need a little room for crimping and stuff. So I got 22 inches of this going on. And then I took the liberty of starting it and doing the crimp. You can see this. Focusing, there we go. So I got this ready to go just with a jump ring on the end. And then I took out 2 matching check glass and 2 tiger's eye. I'm going to use these for earrings, so I'm just setting these to the side so that I know that I have them for my design. So I'm actually just going to put those over here. And yeah, so the first thing that we're going to do, oh, I also got a little piece of this. I got a little piece of this stainless steel wire ready to go. Because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a bail for this Ergonomic. So my idea here was that we would use a little piece of this leather. Okay, and we are going to fold it onto itself. So I actually need to figure out how long I want it, because I am going to have to put rivets in it. So I think this is pretty good piece. I don't want it really long. So it actually only has to be about this long. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And here I have about about 2 inches of leather. Okay, so I have about 2 inches of leather, and what I want to do is I want to fold it like this and put 2 snap rivets in it and connect it to my crystal like so. So the thing about that is I gotta be able to have a bail-like situation that's going to hold this onto the leather. So I thought maybe what I could do is I could take this stainless steel wire, let me just give it a little straighten it out here, and also a little bit more of a work harden. So if you've never seen one of these wire straighteners before, you can get them. I got mine at Taylor's Falls Bead Store. They do have them out there. They are a Bead-A-Lon product. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to use this Mandrel. So if you looked at my design here, you can see that originally I thought, oh, I'll just do a triangle. But that's not going to work because that's not going to lay in the leather appropriately. So I need it to be flat on the top and then come to a point where I can bend these in, almost like a pinch bail. So I thought, okay, I'll use this square mandrel, and we'll try to make that work out. Let me zoom you out a little bit. This I actually got from Jesse James Beads, but I believe it is a Bead-A-Lon product. Okay, I know Jesse James does sell one as well. I think this is the same one. So I'm thinking what I can do is I can look at this and kind of gauge my square. So I'm going to use this one right here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one from the point. And this is the one that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to put this on there like this and bend it around as you're supposed to be able to bend it. And I'm actually going to create a square by bending in each tail like this. Okay. So when I take it off there, I do have a square. Now what I'm going to do, since this is stainless steel where I am not going to use my flush cutter, I'm going to use my, well, maybe I am, where is it? I'm going to use this like heavier wire, kind of a junky cutter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut each wire in the middle here. Well, so that when I pull this off of here, I'm going to be able to stick these open ends into my crystal. Okay, so they're kind of going to open like a jump ring. This is the plan. Is this going to work? Nobody knows. So I am going to file these a little bit, just because if by some happenstance they come out for some reason, I don't want them to hurt anybody. So I am going to file them flat. And then I'm going to kind of get a little estimate to see if this is going to work. So I'm just going to stick one side in there and one side in here. So it looks like it is going to work out. So what I'm going to do before I actually put in there for good is I want to kind of push it in to make sure, like, if it gets pushed in, are the wires going to come out the other side? And they are not coming out the other side, but I might give them a little trim anyway, because it's pretty dang close. So I am going to give them just a little more trim here on each side. And then file some more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work harden this before I put it in there. Okay. So this is going to be a video where there's going to be hammering, and it might be loud and the camera might jump around. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my regular hammer. Maybe I should use the chasing hammer. Let me use the chasing hammer. Okay, chasing hammer, and I'm just going to hammer this a little bit. It's already strong because it's stainless steel, but since this is going to be what I'm going to hang this on, I just want to make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it like a jump ring. Now that I have it all ready, make like a little basket handle. And I'm going to just push those in there. Looks pretty good. Alright, so now the next step is to make the leather bail. So here's the idea here. I'm going to stick this in here like this, and I'm going to rivet 2 rivets onto this leather. One is for design element, and the other one is just for funsies. I almost feel like, oh, I don't know if that would work. Okay. So, to start that process, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bench block. So this is a rivet setter. On your rivet setter, if you're not aware, there's a domed side, so it looks like a dome, like this, and you can feel it. And there's a flat side, okay? Also, on this little stick that comes with it, there is a domed side and a flat side, okay? So for this situation, we are going to use both domed sides. The first thing we got to do is we got to make sure that this leather is in the condition in which we want it to be in. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this is the middle and this is where we want everything. And it is, so I am going to take my Sharpie. And I'm just going to make a little line on the inside, right there, so that I know to cover that up in the middle. Okay? So then also, if that's the middle, we're going to punch some holes with our leather punch. Okay? So I got to make sure that the holes are not going to be too big for the rivets, because these rivets are quite small. And I don't know if I am going to be able to use this or if I'm going to have to switch to another one. We'll try it. So I'm just lining this up to make sure it's in the middle of the leather. And this one might be a little big, I'm not even gonna lie. But we'll see what we get. So punch through a little bit to the other side, but it didn't go all the way, which is pretty normal, so I am just gonna punch that out as well. So now when I fold this over, I should be able to put my snap rivet in there like this. And I can. So that's what I want. So that's good. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this other side the same way. I'm going to line this up. I'm going to come in here. My leather punch. I'm going to punch. Go to the other side, finish the punch on this side. Okay. So what I have is I have a piece of leather with 4 holes in it. Okay. So now we get to construct it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top without having this on there, because I am going to have to put this on there to get the bottom done. So to do the top, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rivet, my snap rivet, I'm going to put it into the second hole, and I'm going to bring this other part down right here. So this part is for our stringing. Once we get this all ready to go and we start our stringing, we're going to be able to run this through here so it hangs. Okay. So this part does not have to be very big. So now what I'm going to do, once I have it in there, is I'm going to snap the snap rivet part onto, oh, I dropped it, onto the back. You're going to hear it snap in. Okay, so this is not a completed rivet. This is just holding it in place. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the flat side of our rivet setter down. So we have the domed part. Why do we need the domed part? We need the domed part because we got a domed rivet. Okay, you're going to put that on there. You're going to get the domed part of your setter. You're going to put that on the top and you're going to hit it with the hammer. With these little tiny guys, you don't have to hit it very hard or very much. So we're just going to go like that. And she is set. If you want to go a little more just for funsies, you can. Okay. So that is now set in there. And we'll move on to the next portion. Okay. So we got our back snap rivet on there. And we're going to put it on our domes up. Right? This one's up. And this one is the dome part. And we're going to set this guy. Ever so slightly. And it is set. Alright, we are set in place. Okay, so this is what it looks like once it's all set. So now our pendant is ready to go. We can move on to the actual stringing portion of this necklace. And I have already got us started with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our tiger's eye and we're going to split them into two different dishes for each side of the necklace. So we know that we have the same amount of beads for each side of the necklace. Okay. Also, we're going to take these. Now, these ones don't match up. I took out the yellow ones. These were matching. And I wanted to use those for earrings. I am not concerned that these don't match. And the strands that we sold, some had more matching than other ones. So it kind of just depends on what strand you ended up with. But I'm going to do these two that do match, the turquoise, one on each side. And then I think I will go, instead of being like, oh, maybe these are the same and maybe they're not, I'm going to make it very clear that they're different. So I'm going to go yellow and red and orange and green. Making sure not to put the orange and the red on the same side. Okay. So we got 3 in this dish and 3 in this dish. And all we got to do is start stringing. So I'm just going to dump those out of there. And I'm just going to put on the turquoise. I'm sorry, the turquoise. The turquoise dyed tiger's eye. It's tiger's eye. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to save out 1 bead. And I'm going to put the rest of them on, because that is per my design. I have one bead in front of this pendant like that, and the rest are all in the strand. And once I get these all on here, then we will move on to putting on the Lion King beads. I want the 2 Lion King beads that we do have to match up on each side. And the other ones I'm not really concerned about, so I'll probably do those. I'm thinking, do I want to do those closest to the pendant as to not distract from it, or do I want to do them at the beginning when the strand starts to descend, so it gives you something to focus on? Or do I want to do them in the middle? Decisions. I think what I want to do is I want to do them in the middle. So the blue ones are the ones that match up, and I'm going to do those in the middle. So I'm going to start with this orange one, because I feel like they're both teal. The beads on the strand are teal, and if I was to do those right next to each other, they kind of blend in together. So I'm going to do that in the middle and put this green one. And so this is what I have. Okay, I'm going to put my, uh-oh, what happened? I put it on there. Wasn't paying attention. Okay. So I got to put the green one in the middle, then the teal, and then the tiger's eye. Okay. So now I can add my pendant. So to add my pendant, I'm just going to string it through the top, making sure that my wire is going through on top of this rivet. So the rivet is what's going to hold this in place. Sorry. The rivet is what's going to hold this in place, so I want to make sure that I'm not going underneath the rivet. Alrighty. Looking pretty spectacular. Now all I got to do is go over here to this side and do the same thing on the way up. I will do orange, and then green, and then yellow, just to kind of offset it. And I'll meet you guys back up at the top once I got these all on so we can finish it off. Alright, party people, here we are back up at the top. Easy peasy. I finished it off just with crimping it. And now all we have to do is add our ball and socket clasp, or the old Faithful Clasp as I call them. And we've already got our placeholder jump rings on here, so all I have to do is attach it. Now you could attach onto just onto the clasp itself, which is what it's actually intended for. I am using a jump ring because I do sell a lot of my jewelry, and sometimes I need to add length. So sometimes I just feel more comfortable attaching onto a jump ring. And since I use oval jump rings, I am not concerned about it at all. And once we have our clasp on here, then we can just utilize it like so. And there she is. Looking spectacular, if I do say so myself. Let me zoom you out a little bit so you can see it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it turned out pretty good. I think it turned out exactly what we thought it was going to be in the design. Super exciting. So there's the necklace. I also am going to whip up just a quick little pair of earrings to add to this, just because why not? I mean, they're just going to be simple, nothing spectacular. I'm going to get myself some some head pins here, and I'm just going to use this guy. I think I need a little metal. Need a little metal. Here's some right here. Okay. I've got a star, a large gunmetal star spacer, and 2 little bright silver ones. So I'm just going to add that on the top for my tiger's eye. Oh yeah, it's cute. Gonna be cute. And I'm just gonna wrap these. My head pins for these were a little bit short, but that's fine. I usually use a 3-inch ball head pin because I just love them. But I did not have any of those in gunmetal color. So this is what we got. This is what we're doing. Oh yeah, those are going to be cute. We'll just whip out the other one real quick, since it only takes a little hot second. Let's see. Does this, yeah. Oop. Making sure that the top of the sun was going the same direction. These beads are so yummy. These blue tiger's eye, I just love them. Can't even help myself. Trying to do that left-handed for some reason. Because apparently I'm just left-handed today, which is not true. My left hand is really just for looks. That's all it does. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta get down there with your face and really see about it. Oh my goodness. Oop. Alright, you guys. So, here is what we got. I couldn't be happier with it. Couldn't be happier. It's spectacular. I love it a lot. Well, that's super awesome. So I will then put this item up for sale on my Thunderhorse Descendant jewelry website. Or maybe I'll send it to the boutique. I'm not sure. But I really enjoy doing these designs with you guys on the morning coffee. I love seeing them come to life. Yeah, I'll get some photos for you and put some photos down here. I hope you're having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. If you tried this design, or if you had any of these components, please make sure to send pictures in the group. I would love to see what you made. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.